Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 262. And a lot of things are brewing here. We're working on a lot of different areas. As you know, yesterday I spoke to the gaming board and learned some things from them. Not very useful, but somewhat useful. Kind of gives us an idea of what we're dealing with. Today is Thursday. I do have two meetings. One will be on the way out to the casino, and one will be toward the end of my day, so no issues there. I will have to get fuel on the way out and on the way back. That's not unusual either. Today our focus is going to be on a lot of different things. So number one, I'm going to try to get some blackjack in. I know I've been struggling to get blackjack in, but I'm going to try to get a session of blackjack in, maybe two. Not too optimistic about two, but I do feel like we can get at least one in. Some slots, some pot limit Omaha. I've been working. I've now had a lot of people send me emails regarding sports. I'm very interested in everything you guys are sending me. If you have information, please do send it to me. I do want to maximize any kind of profit that I can make, and I'm not afraid to say I'm a total novice. I have no clue what's going on, and other than betting on bookie sites online years and years ago, I don't really have a lot of experience with it. So I appreciate what you guys are sending me. Some really interesting information, and I will be getting signed up for a lot of different things in the next couple days. I did hear from a couple friends of mine regarding a lot of information about sports as well, and we'll be working on that, and may have a partnership with someone also. We'll have to see how things go with that. And then today, like I said, so let's go on to the election real quick. I did hear from 3 different groups that are going to be supporting my candidate. And they're going to be putting out an email with my information and their information on it. So I'm very pleased about that. These are bigger groups that represent combined probably 70% of the electorate. So it's good to have diverse people across the electorate. But I gotta tell you, this stuff is not for me. I can't wait for it to be over, and things to calm down. And I had some people reach across the aisle also and want to talk to me yesterday. So that's all positive, good stuff. And I feel like maybe this country, at the point when it seems the most divided, it might be an illusion, and more people might be united than you think, and we're finding common ground, and I think that's a big thing. So weather today, let's see what the weather is like today. Right now it is very cloudy out. It's a cool day, but not cold. It's 43 degrees, 53 for the high. Freeze warning for tonight, but we don't sleep outside, so that's okay. And the biggest chance of rain we've had in a while, 15%, so it's going to be a nice day. The only thing I was dreading today was I really didn't want to get up, because I didn't want to drive 8 hours today or 7.5 hours only make a little bit of money. And I shouldn't be complaining when I make money, but please, can we just make a little bit more, have a little bit more opportunity? I'm also going to look at my calendar on my drive out today and pick some dates, and we're going to be going to Vegas. So I'll get that picked out like in the next hour, and then double check the dates with my wife, and we'll get out to Vegas. And then I also want to plan the family vacation, either to Florida or to the Bahamas. I would love to hit that Paradise Island in the Bahamas, where you can place big bets, play blackjack, and have a reasonable spread without having a lot of heat. So that's what we're going to try to do as well. So so that's what's going on right now. Heading out to our first casino, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. I am more than halfway to my first destination. Stopped for some fuel. Best place to stop for fuel. Got a discount and got the cheap gas. Got the best price. Paid $1.99 a gallon. That's right, baby, $1.99. So right now we're gonna continue on. The sky is cleared up. It's a totally clear day right now, but it's a little bit brisk out there. I guess that's the best word for it. A little bit of a breeze coming through, around 45 degrees, sunny skies. So not the worst day in the world. Good road conditions, not too much traffic right now. And we're going to continue on here, and I'll be back to update you. You know, I was going to mention it in yesterday's episode, but I forgot. I had gone to play some poker, and I was going to come back to play some blackjack, even if I was in the system, because there was a side bet that was about to pay out. And as soon as I came back over, it was just flashing on the screen that it had just paid out. So I was like 1 minute late on there, or I had the potential of picking that up. That's like 100 to 1 shot I could have picked up with very little risk, but what are you going to do? All right, I'll be back. All right, so I went to the kiosk and cashed out a voucher I had for like $400 and something. And one of the 20s that it gave me was ripped almost in half. Like a third of it was missing. So I tried to put it back in the kiosk. Of course, it wouldn't take it, but it liked to give it to me. So I ended up going to the cashier and gave it to them. And then on my way back here to the poker room, I found a play. So I picked up a few bucks there, free money. And keep your eyes open. There's always potential out there. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. It is actually still pretty early. I've only been here for a few hours, and I'm pretty much done for the day as far as this place. I need to figure out what to do with the rest of my day. We kind of go over everything with you. I walked in and right away looking at slots like I always do, hoping to get some blackjack in like always. And of course, disappointed as always with the blackjack. There were a couple high limit tables with the wrong people there, so I couldn't play there. And then low limit was completely packed, no opportunity there. So, okay, so I went and was looking at slots primarily. I found a couple plays. One play primarily is a machine that I haven't really played too often. I mean, I played it like, I don't know, 50 times, but that's not too often, you know. And, you know, primarily the reason why was I didn't have the best entry points for it. Everybody would say this or this or this, and then someone actually gave me a better way to do it. Made it a lot easier to look at it and know right away if it was in positive territory or not. And so I played it and had a decent hit on there. Ended up ahead $340 on there, and then played another play. I lost like $40 on that one, and then one other one, and I won I think 22 on that. So between the three plays, I ended up ahead $322. Started with a $100 bill. And so if you think about it this way, let's think about it. Start with 100, turned it into 422, went and signed up for Omaha, was waiting, and I was like fourth on the list, and then there was 5, then 6, then 7, then 9 people, and they weren't opening a table. And I look up and I see like every single poker game has got like 10 to 20 people on it, and they're not opening tables. Well, they didn't have enough dealers. So I went back and looked at slots again, found another one, played that one through, ended up ahead another $74. So that put me up about 400 right there. Talked to a new friend of mine that he's just seen me around, and he knows that I know what I'm doing. So he likes to just kind of talk to me a little bit. He doesn't know, he just has feelings, and he'll sit there and grind away with like under $50 for the whole day trying to make money. This machine, that machine. I think this is going to happen. And I mean, I can't tell him everything because then he's going to be competing directly with me, right? I mean, I can't give you the full shortcut and say this is what you need to do. Um, so I talked to him for a while, and we talked about some people that we both knew and stuff. And I went through this area in the back, and this pit boss saw me, and I've been staying away from a lot of these pit bosses that I know because I know they're just itching to get me into some kind of trouble. So then I walk by a machine. There's a carousel of 4 of them, and I'm looking at one, then I'm looking at the other, and he comes by and he's staring at me. So I'm like, whatever, stare at me all you want, man. I'm used to it. So, you know, I know that's not a big thing, but when people are noticing you, to me, that's a problem. So my problem is getting bigger and bigger with being noticed, and I don't know what day is going to be my last day. So I'm trying to make money and stay under the radar as much as possible. So, all right. So after I talked to my friend, found another slot, won like 74 on that, and then I saw another friend of mine, and we were talking a little bit. They got some new machines in. I'm trying to think how many. They have 2 of one and 3 of another one. And I'm really familiar with one of them. Nobody in this area has ever seen it. And then very unfamiliar with the other one. I've played it in Vegas and stuff, and I have a good idea of what to look for, but I'm not 100% on my entry point on it. So, but they just turned all of them on. And both sets of machines, both different kinds of games, at the reset level have 0 plays on them. And we're talking about how silly it was, if you even understand anything, that you would know not to play on this specific one because of some hints that it gives you. And this guy was playing and playing and playing and playing, and when he got close to hitting, he walked away, but it still wasn't in range, so we didn't play it either. So, but I'm sure someone else is going to walk up and they're going to be taken in by it, and then they're going to lose even more money. But he pumped a few $100s in that machine. So I go back to the poker room, and I'm like, I go up to Skeletor. I call this guy Skeletor, and I say, hey man, is the Omaha table just not going to open up? Do you not have enough dealers? He's like, yeah, we don't have enough dealers. At this point, it was like 12:35 or something like that. He said, come back at 1, we'll have dealers at that time. At this point, I'm like 4th on the list. So I go take a lap, I come back like 5 minutes later, and my name is blinking. I'm like, I almost lost my opportunity already. He said, come back in a half hour. And then a bunch of people dropped out of the table, like maybe 2 people actually, fell off the table. And then 2 people weren't there. So now I'm 2nd, so they called me and another person, and I walked up and I said, I'm here, I'm going. So I get $1,000 in chips, and I go over to the table, I sit down, it's all these old men, all cranky old men, and the one guy invites me to sit down. Oh, sit right here next to me, because he knows I'm new, and he wants me to lose, obviously. He can't wait for me to get in. So he's like, you can buy the button. You could buy the blind. I'm like, okay, I'll buy it. So first hand, well, when I sit down, they're finishing up a hand, right? So I'm in seat 1. This black guy in seat 3. He just lost. He just folded. He raised to 100. Someone else raised it to 200. The board was all Broadway cards: Jack, King, Queen, 10. Something like that. And so he folded. He was bluffing with his $100 bet. The guy made it 200. He folded. He had $55 left. In this game, white chips don't play. So 55 left. So I buy the blind, and so it's $3 to buy it and $3 for the blind, but the bring in is $5. You have to bet $5 minimum. There's $10 on the button because someone is straddling for 10. And then, so I call the 10. I have Queen, Jack, 7 with the Queen of Spades. I have spade draw. And the guy next to me who had invited me to sit down, he folds. He was in for 3, so he folds. And then the guy next to him is the black guy. He goes all in for 55. And I'm like, don't think that adds up, but nobody said anything. I'm not good with pot limits, but okay, so we got 10 on the button, and I have 10, that's 20, and 3 that's dead, that's 23, and the guy can make it 10 or 20, is that 53? Is that 55 maybe? I don't know. So anyway, he makes it 55, and I guess it's okay. And then the old man next to him makes it 100, and then the old man next to him makes it 200, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm all in. So I make it 295 because I bought in for 300. 3 was dead. 2 was in white, which don't play, so I had 295 left. So I go all in with the 295, and the black guy's all in. The old man, he calls, and then the other old man just calls as well. And the flop is 6, Jack, 6. So I've got Queen, Queen, Jack. So I've got 2 pair. I've got queens and 6s, and I also have the Jack as a pair. I guess I have, queens and 6s. And then the turn is a queen, so now I have a full house, queen, queen, with the board, which is queen, 6, 6, full house, and the Jack just in case. And then the river is like a 4 or some ridiculous card that didn't matter at all. And the first 4 cards are all rainbow, so there's no flush out there. And the black guy just mucks his cards. The old man across the table flips over kings, so he's got kings and 6s. The other old man mucks his cards. I flip over the full house, and I take the whole thing. And my pot was $955. So I bought it for 300, and I got $955 back. So black guy left. Old man left for lunch as soon as I sat down. The 2 other old men that were in the hand were both almost all in. They both left. So there was like 3 people left at the table. And so I'm like, well, I guess the table's breaking up. I'm out of here. I'm like, that was like perfect for me. So I took all my chips, pocket full of chips, over to the cashier and cashed out. I'm standing in line, waiting to cash out. And this guy is talking to me in a foreign language. And I'm like, I don't know what this guy's saying. And then I realized what he's saying in what language. And I'm like, you didn't look like you spoke that language, you know. And he was asking me if he could buy $310 in chips. So I sold him $310, went to the cashier for the rest, and got out of there. And so I went back to the guy I was talking to earlier, talked to him for a minute, went to the other guy I was talking to. I saw him looking around. I had seen him in the poker room. I thought he was sitting down playing poker, but I guess he was just talking to a friend or something like that. So he's like, yeah, they turned on all those games. I'm like, oh, really? Let's go take a look. So the one game, of course, was all reset. The other game was at reset. And then he showed me the one guy that was playing the other game. And he's like, well, that's not close enough. I'm like, no, that's not even close. So we ended up parting ways there. And I guess he said he lost like 180 yesterday. And I don't know if he was up today at all or not, but he does other things more than he does slots. So slots are like a side thing for him, and he's learning from us because he sees what we check, but he really didn't know slots very well at all. But so he calls me a lot and asks me questions about if something is a play or not. So, you know, overall, not bad. Made over $1,000 in there, but it's like, again, you know, it's early enough. It used to be that I would go to another spot and another spot after this, and I guess I could go to 1 or 2 more spots, but they're so far away. Adding 1 more spot adds 4 hours to my trip, 2 hours each way. Another spot is like 1 hour and 45 minutes each way. So that adds a lot to my day. Now it's nighttime immediately as soon as I get there and back. So right now I'm going to go grab something to eat, and I'll decide if I want to go on to another casino or not. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. All of a sudden, it went from cloudy to clear to cloudy again. So it's cloudy again right now, and it's kind of warm all of a sudden. It felt so cold when I got in there. It was breezy and stuff. Right now it's 52 degrees, and it looks like there's like spotty rain all around us. So hopefully we don't get caught in any kind of storm. But let's go grab some food, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back, and it is evening now. Actually, I'm back home, and I forgot to add a bunch of stuff here, so I'm coming back to let you know. Um, all right, so I headed home after we last talked, and I stopped for fuel and all that, and came home. I did sign up for another account for a sports betting site, and I actually tried to sign up for a third one, but I was banned from there instantly because I was banned from one of their casinos. So whatever, I don't care. Um, but I did get two bets in tonight. I believe, I don't even know, Georgia Tech maybe in Southern Alabama or somebody is playing tonight. And I was able to bet both sides. So no matter which side won, I would make money. And I've got minus 10.5 and plus 12.5. So if it ends up being plus 11 or plus 12, I'll win both sides. So it's a small bet. On one side, it was a free bet. On the other side, I paid for it. But no matter what, I'm going to make something, and hopefully I win both sides. That would be really cool. So let's do our segments real quick. What did you eat today, MW? I actually didn't have a lot to eat until I got home. Before that, I just had some vegetables and stuff. Um, I had my protein shake and all that. But my wife did make some salmon tonight. So I had that. That was really good. Give that a 10 on a scale of 2 through ace. And what did you tip today, MW? I actually only tipped one time, and that was that one hand that I played Pot Limit Omaha, and I actually tipped $3, so I over tipped on that one. And what did you learn today, MW? I talked to a friend of mine tonight, and it turns out that I played that hand totally incorrectly, and so we went over that and learned something about the right way to play that one. So, um, yeah, I mean, trying to move in the right direction. I understand we make mistakes on the way there, but it probably shouldn't have even called the initial $55 bet. So live and learn, and we're going to do that. We're going to get better, and we got lucky there, and we're going to have ups and downs, but we're going to keep trying to learn and get better all the time. So um, that's it for right now. I'm going to let you go. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.